The magnetar, a neutron star with a strong magnetic field. A celestial object that spins 23% of the speed of light, releasing more energy in 1/10 of a second than our sun does in 100,000 years. I was addicted to this idea as a kid. It made me wonder if humans could ever survive such conditions. So, I placed 100 players, stuck on a piece of land called Zucra, stuck in orbit. The only thing separating them was a wall. I gave them one rule throughout this entire event. Don't look over the wall. As this wasn't just a regular civilization, it's something I've been working on for a while. A story was laced into the land of Zucra for them to follow. A story filled with sorrow, betrayal, action and heroism. This is the story of 100 players surviving the harsh circumstances of Project Magnetar. These players were not only put in these harsh circumstances, but also placed in a wasteland with very limited resources. No food, no trees, nothing. Forced to scavenge for whatever items they could find.
These drop sticks.
But they were given one thing, and that's a special material called olivine. A hydrogen-rich, very reactive, but very durable material. They were able to make armor from it, and tools to help them along their journey. But more importantly, they could trade it to the wall. This wall stood over 200 blocks tall and blocked almost all view from the outside. Nothing going out, nothing coming in. Along the wall laid hundreds of specific trades they could make, at any given point with the olivine that they had collected.
2 raw olivine for 1 charcoal. Huh. Alright. Price 1 olivine ingot for 1 bread. 12 nuggets for 1 potato. Oh, TNT. Sweet berries. We can do something about that.
There was no order. Chaos took over. No one had a clue what they were doing. Players were dying left and right. All hope had been utterly destroyed on simply day one. All this wandering across a vast sea of desert, they started losing their mind.
Keep us safe. The walls 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 keep us safe. We don't know what could be on the other side of those walls. How are we supposed to know?
It was even rumoured a large group had huddled underground. A society of people that would rely on each other to survive the conditions.
You guys are Oasis, right?
The Oasis, they call themselves. This faction of people was led by one member.
Yeah, Duncan's leader of the Oasis.
Duckno. A lot of responsibility fell onto his shoulders, managing the weight of half the server, making sure people were fed, making sure people had enough olivine. So much weight rested on his shoulders, and he was the one people had to rely on in this hard time. As they were all in Oasis. After the alert they had received, everyone was confused. No one seemed to understand what this alert meant. Who was speaking to them? What were they trying to say? The day had resumed just like the previous, and I noticed a pattern players had gotten into. almost complacency. They spent the day mining olivine, and they were okay with it. Staying underground, staying invisible, being contained in walls, living in this desert, this prison. One of them would go ahead and farm berries, while the other would decide to go and take all the olivine that they had collected and trade it for more berries so that they could supply more to their farm. But apart from that, people were okay with this. They seemed to like it. Duckno and his team decided to get underground, where it was safe. But the pressure started to build. His team, completely okay with the idea of staying underground, staying safe, and providing food. Where Duckno wanted to understand the mysteries of it all. He needed to find the truth. And their annoyances started to get to him.
Duckno, I'm bored. What can I do?
Does anyone have any food?
Duckno, do I get the oasis if you die?
Which direction are the walls from here?
All this rage that had been building up in Duckno was too much. So he left.
You just go on your little adventure, crazy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go this way. Just remember, it's east that we have to go to. Really scares me.
Duckno leaving the base would give him the freedom he wanted to pursue the mysteries of the wall, his reason for being. However, doing so wasn't ideal, as it made him 100% completely alone. Or so I thought.
We all just fake it, no risk, just say it. Gotta push your way in cause we got no fucking patience. We don't regret it, the proof we read it. Got the lies, it won't take long, don't waste our time and spread it. With the hands in the grease, don't drop it. With the state in the greed, so fuck it. Burning up when it's hot, but it's not, but it just don't fit when the fees start rushing. I bet
Duckno was determined. He was gonna gather everything he could and go up on a trip to find out everything. Nothing would be safe from what he could find. He was gonna solve the mystery across the wall. He even decided to go back and get some help, talking to Iron Cat and convincing her to join him. Later on, even Matei joined too, and these three would go on to be known by the entire server. While the three of them were busy hunting for information, some people were making their own progress. The three of them were going across the map as fast as they could. They were trying to learn everything. Every last piece of information, every last clue. No stone left unturned. They were determined to understand it all. They spent a lot of time deciphering information, trying to work out what it all meant. Now, in order to find out all this information, they were going to have to go through one thing. And that's the lecterns that were left around the map. You see, what I failed to mention at the beginning was that there were clues left around. Seemingly someone exploring this place for the first time. His notes were dotted around but told a fearful story of someone who kept his beliefs private. Publicly stating he was surveying the land. He was going to investigate Zokra.
So, I've spent around the whole day here now. This place has very little yield. The crops are non-existent, and these people's lives are in the hands of the wolves. God itself must worship the wolves. Let me head to the wall west of here next. I need to see this thing up close. I need to see if I can see the magnetar from here.
They were stuck in Zonio steps, analyzing each place he went to, analyzing what he thought, stuck repeating what he did. listening to his echoes that he had left behind.
Doesn't seem like it. Everyone says it doesn't exist, but I'm not stupid. I know what's beyond these walls. How could you not feel it? Well, the rest of the walls here seem to still work. I'm shocked at how long they lasted. Who built them, do you think? Can't blame them for worshipping these things. The height of modern architecture by all accounts. They are repeating the cycle until they drop dead. I wonder how much they know. The magnetar, just across from me, I can feel it. I guess no one occupies this part of the land anymore. I guess this could be seen as great riches compared to the pricing of everything from the walls. But I'm all alone. No one visits here due to some kind of curse? I'm not too sure. Maybe it's an illness. Maybe they even discovered tetanus. But I can finally write down my thoughts. With no filter, I can get it all out of my system. These disgusting fucking puppets make me sick. These lowlifes are only satiated by their hunger. Just stupid insects that can't even understand how worthless their lives are. I'm tired of deceiving these creatures. Sara, wait for me. I promise I'll return to you soon. They were studying the cosmos itself? Why? What could they see through that big glass tube? I'll write back in here after I investigate some more. These morons seem to miss the whole point of their existence though. Do they even know the beauty of Vani? Maybe I should leave that secret here. You know, just to taunt them. It seems like they've created a ton of theories through their research. What am I even looking at here? Black holes.
Are they fucking stupid? What could they have possibly learned through here? This is all bullshit. If they aren't providing us with olivine, then what? Live happily with these scumbags? Fuck that. I'm gonna live the way I want, no matter what. I'll bury his notes. Fuck knows how we got a book here. Nothing good can come from either seeing this religious bullshit. If you're in Zukra and you're reading this, poke your dumb fucking nose somewhere else. You're not made for peace, you're made to be beneath Vani's boot.
Well, what's Vani?
That felt so good. Knowing this low-life scum is in the ground, getting to write about it, no one knowing it's me. After he discovered who I was, I had to, right? I just never knew how good it would feel to push my simple olivine sword through the soft tissue of their necks. The most useful Zukran is a dead one. What a joke. These guys are the building blocks of our survival. I couldn't help myself. His kids, wife, grandparents, all hold up here. Who am I to not take the privileges I was born with? Fuck this place. Maybe I'll just plant the dead I have my fun with here. Long live Vani.
Oh my god.
Everything had been going well. The team was working on the puzzles they had found to source out the next clue. Even Duck their base, that had once housed the oasis, was now just a flaming hole in the ground. The three of them came running back. They had to take care of what had happened. The rest of Zukra also came through to help out where they could. This was a massive blow to the Oasis, and with how much infrastructure they held for Zukra now, this was a massive blow for half the server. Unknown to them, the rest of the player base had been suffering from similar instances. Comets raining down from above, from God knows where, with no warning at all. Everything they had worked on everything that they had been building up. Now, just a flaming hole in the ground.
Oh, sorry.
What's up?
What? You've hit me a load of times in the exact same way. I can't
There's
say.
a meteor.
Oh, wow.
They were there for ages, putting out fire after fire after fire, trying to salvage what was left. They were there for ages.
Dude, okay, no, that's genuinely, I'm so impressed right now.
I don't know how. Oh, it's actually quite cute in here. Well, pretty.
Was.
The team eventually set out to look for more and more clues. They were done with Zonio's path and learned about all the hatred that would come with being a Zukran. They ended up stumbling across a village. It looked normal, average, until you took a closer look and realized this place had been utterly destroyed. Take a closer look, and you'll realize this village was destroyed in the exact same way the Oasis base had just been. A fiery comet hitting down and destroying everything in its path. This place looked like it was well established. Looked like it had a lot of people living here. Not anymore. Now just a relic of what was, leaving only a lectern to read from. It was unknown how a book got here. This place was eerie. It held so much history, yet so much sadness. The three of them were determined to find out what had happened here. They had to know what more could be told other than Zonio's hate. They had to learn more about what had happened in Zukra. I wonder what this place would have looked like back then.
Living in this dump is the worst. I'm 16 and can already tell my place in the world is at the bottom. Finding this notebook was fun though. Learning about someone who is really trying to learn about our culture. That was until I found out how much he hated us. I couldn't take it, I really couldn't. I saw these people walking down the hill north from here. They were returning to the village with a book in hand, saying we'll be saved soon. Books are rare here. I wonder what it said inside it. I hope I can find my way into a nicer plot of land. I want more friends.
One was the northwest or northeast?
North or northeast? North is this way. We'll go very slightly northeast. Just follow me, people.
This 16-year-old boy who wanted a better life. And towards the northeast, whatever was there, held the next step, and would hopefully solve a lot more of the mysteries being held within Zukra, and maybe even tell them a little bit more about what was across the wall.
I'm going schizophrenic. I feel like I'm seeing name tags.
These guys were stuck for ages. They didn't even know what they were looking for, going back and forth across the map non-stop. Every single player on Zukra knew that they were looking for something, but they could never find it. Who knows what they were even looking for?
Let's stick together. You will see.
They found it. The 16-year-old boy who had saw people coming down from the mountain were coming from this very room. An olivine-lined room with chests and 2 lecterns with books.
Surely it's just someone messing with us, but this is insane. There was a book in here explaining that this chest is linked to another land? Surely not. I can't believe that. That's fucking insane. I'll have to investigate some more, but where could they have come from? This doesn't make any sense.
The lectern was weird, but what was even stranger was the chest. This chest only had one thing in it. All it read was the word SOS. This room, the LICT, made 0 sense to them, and they had no idea what to do with the information they were given so far. Until they read the other lectern.
Yo, come read this as well. What's it say?
There's coordinates in here.
Lead the way then.
They reached it.
I think we're
They
here.
reached the coordinates they were given.
Let's start digging.
They decided to dig. Once going down and mining through, they reached a ladder that would lead them further down. There was a chest at the bottom. Opening it up revealed a token.
It has a token?
A token? For what?
Stating it was
I'm not
meant
sure.
for 90
It
minutes.
says like 90 minutes though?
90 minutes of freedom, you think?
I would say
Matei and
freedom,
Duckno
but
decided to
maybe 90
run
minutes
towards
outside
the walls.
Oh,
They needed
shit,
to get
you're so
outside.
Right, let's get moving then.
If this was true, if this token could actually open the front gate, this could mean serious freedom. This means they could see exactly what was on the other side of the wall and what they were being kept from. But that took a massive sideline after they came in contact with the cannon for the first time. This cannon was huge and impossible to ignore. The players stumbled upon it, analyzing everything they could. And they came across a lectern, leading them with some more information.
This device we look at, however, it is a powerful cannon device. We found the blueprints, however, we weren't able to curate the entire thing. Each red block you see is supposed to be straight olivine. Every pink and yellow is supposed to be copper. Very difficult to procure. Though, we recently managed to salvage enough. When the time came, internal fighting overcame us. Our leader at the time said it was best to not place in the olivine and hide it away. Though when we came to haul it away, it vanished. We have no idea where it has gone now. Only the wall may know that now.
At the end of the lectern was an image that no one could decipher. This took a lot of resources and a lot of time from the entirety of the Oasis. They waited around the front gate whilst they were trying to work out what this image was for. They were there for a very long time.
I'm not doubting you, but I'm doubting you.
I have no doubt.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Right. Yo.
Oh well, wait.
Yo.
Backboard, look DMs.
Gang. Thank you. Oh shit, that's a map, isn't it? Okay, wait. Let me check my minimap.
Request.
Is there any... Wait. I'm gonna check if there's anything resembling that on my minimap.
Whilst the Oasis was making progress, there was a player who had a large problem with all this. And that player was Popped by Who. And he had very specific beliefs in mind.
We've got a plan. So you know how outside the wall is dangerous and we're being kept safe by the wall? Yeah. People are really kind of speeding that process up, which isn't good. I don't know what they're trying to do. We read the book, like this book here, for example, it goes, it's calling us stupid. It says, why should we? We shouldn't go through there. The black hole is not a part of evolution, it's part of death.
The players were making progress. They were racing as fast as they could, completely unaware of what Pop by Who was up to back at the cannon. They were completely in the dark. They even got lost a couple times. But finally, they were zeroing in on where they needed to be. They were finally getting closer to their destination.
If it hits the neutron star...
What if it explodes us?
Then we're all dead.
What if it fails?
Even though
there was no point
people
of us
have
being
been here
here.
before us, and they have died, if that explodes a neutron star, then there's going to be no more this. I mean, obviously we've managed to survive somehow. There were people here before us, but we're here now. So we obviously survived.
I want to know this.
Master what? I found it! Yo, I found it, guys.
Yeah.
Nang, I found it.
I'm gonna be honest,
underground,
I don't
hiding away from
trust
a
Barry.
meteor.
And I don't trust that guy with Foe or whatever his name is.
Neither.
Try to
I don't
be
trust
safe
them
from the
either.
meteor.
I don't trust Fota. Or, how do you pronounce that? Fo-T. So I think we go in sneaky, we befriend and do it behind their backs. It feels wrong, but it's for their own safety. We tried telling them the wall's keeping us safe, but they don't seem to believe us.
Fo. Please,
Yes.
come.
Okay.
The day had come, and there was no more messing around. Whether they believed Pop by Who or not, everyone was curious, and everyone wanted to know, what was it? What was beyond the wall?
10, 9, 8,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Okay, let's go.
In a city.
Freedom!
Oh, fuck. Oh shit, the gate's open.
They made it out. They had to be quick in order to make sure they would be back in time. They went ahead towards the southern stabilizing pillar. They tried going through the central one, but were stopped at a locked door. They took their first steps onto the material that was supporting their land. As they charged forward into their first venture into space exploration. Who knows what secrets would unfold? As they kept walking, they were getting closer and closer to seeing it. They were getting close enough to seeing the beauty of the Magnetar itself. they were reaching around the bend of the pillar, they noticed something. The pillar didn't bend. As they approached closer, they saw it. They started entering the atmosphere of another land. This land was strange. It had a huge white wall covering it. This shouldn't exist. This didn't make any sense. How could this be here? Why didn't they know about this? Why was it kept a secret? They charged on to work out more. This place was eerie, forgotten, but it felt so much more advanced than the land they lived on. They were very, very out of place. They theorized as much as they could, but they just lacked the right clues to answer the big question. Where were they? Here, they also found lecterns riddled in this large office space.
This should be the last time we use this inner part of the wall. It is a good way to analyze Zucra from afar and aim where we fire next. These lowly creatures don't seem to understand their position in the world. I guess an ant wouldn't know why they're being stepped on.
They were starting to work it out. Their shortcomings were from people here. They didn't talk much, but they spent a lot of time gazing out into the lush land of trees and grass.
How come they got the good one and we got stuck with bloody sand?
Their life, their sufferings, were all by design.
Cycle 89,354. Infighting has started with no end in sight on Zucra. Multiple firings of our cannon has provided no movement on the providing of Olivine. Fighting seems to be over Olivine itself. Though we could collect it ourselves, we have decided to leave it hidden within the lands. We hope to use it as later momentum and inspiration for the subjects when found. Should stop the fighting.
Decision to shoot down a village was made specifically making sure young boys are all that's left to survive. We can see that they seem to mimic human emotions and pretend to mourn their dead. It's a bizarre concept to think they mimic human emotions. More experimentation needed. Starvation protocol may be necessary.
Marketing strategy. Starvation process completed. Segregation completed. Land destruction completed. Vani marketing campaign in progress.
I found the kind of control room key. I think, at least, I hope. It says control room key, but...
Sperm walls were finally created for what's left of Vani. The creators have a population ran thin. We need more Olivine. We may lose this battle, but we will not lose this war. Life is precious to us, Vani. We do not see this as a loss. We will succeed in keeping our land. In 20 cycles from now, cycle 162, 316, let that be the cycle that Zucra has taken down and massacred in their sleep. So that we can hope to become self-sufficient with Olivine. We'll never need them again.
As the players went on to see how far the walls went, Matei went to see if he could find anything that everyone had missed, anything that might be important at all. But little did he know he would find something he shouldn't have. What Matei found was other players. Look, see, what I failed to mention was actually that this whole thing was more than a story. It was an experiment. Their world, as well as the one you've been witnessing, a lie. This is the map I showed players when joining Project Magnetar. What I didn't show to you guys, and what I didn't show to anyone else, was the other 50 players. Vani was the land across the wall, the reason for their suffering. They had no idea throughout all of this. I had custom plugins curated so each side would never see each other.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, you completely vanished. That's nuts. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's so cool. Wait, so they can't see you at all. They can't even register you then.
We also removed each side in the tab list and chat.
I can't see you in the tab either.
We even went through the effort of making the server appear permanently offline, so you could never see the player count.
Oh, and it hides how many people are in the server too.
So I posted on TikTok, asking people to join Project Zucra, a new story-based server, where on the other hand, my base community on Twitch were told to join in Project Magnetar. Everything. All the propaganda Zucra had seen. The person who came and massacred many. The ration land and resources, all a part of Vani's plan.
If they aren't providing us with Olivine, then what?
These disgusting fucking puppets make me sick.
I want more friends.
There was a book in here explaining
Take
that
your
this
dumb
just linked to
fucking
another
nose
map.
somewhere else.
Maybe I should leave that secret here.
On the providing of
I see that they seem to mimic human
I know
emotions
what's
and
beyond
pretend
these
to
walls.
they're dead.
Not a part of evolution, it's part of death.
What's Vani?
So that's the big question. What was Vani? Well, if we take a look, Vani was a huge fertile land where they had pretty much everything they could ever want. It would seem like they had the freedom to indulge in peace. They had research centers, huge, and a multitude of large-scale buildings they were able to turn into their homes. But they were also afraid. The land had turned into a massive free-for-all. Only the best was allowed to survive. They were the brutal tyrants of Vani. Matei learning this changed everything. He could tell everyone what the true scale of what the server was, what the true events being held here looked like. He stood there and didn't know what—
Alert! The front gate of Zucra is now closing. This action has been initiated due to a detected power shortage in the Zucran power grid. Please stand clear.
Don't stop.
They had to be quick. They had just learned the secrets of the wall and they did not want to die with them. They rushed as quick as they could, almost forgetting people in their panic and ended up going back twice just to get them. I was worried they wouldn't make it back in time.
Very good.
Wait.
Come on.
Was it on hollow?
Yes. We made it.
So, I don't know what you guys were doing. You guys just disappeared or something.
Man.
With the players returning safe yesterday, players waited for Pop by Who's meeting. But as the players waited, they noticed something.
Bullshit. Oh my god.
Another comet,
Oh my god.
directly aimed straight to them, was racing down.
Oh fuck!
There was nothing they could do. It was aimed straight at the cannon. It narrowly missed them, but left a huge crater in its wake. The players decided it'd be good to start preparing for the meeting, creating a small ring they could talk in, the official meeting spot of Zucra. All the leading players within Zucra were there. This was a huge pivotal meeting that would affect half the server. The players also went against Pop by Who's words and went ahead to start building the cannon, though they wouldn't fire it without a meeting being held. Then, the meeting finally started.
Do we go clockwise from someone?
All right, everybody.
Right. So, we have the option. We can use the cannon and get through the wall. If we do that, we risk starting a war. We risk all dying. So what do we do? Any points? One person.
May I stand in the middle? Guys, think about it. We're in a barren wasteland. There is no... We struggle for food. We struggle for resources. Even with our farms. There is no water. I'm thirsty. And it's all green on the other side. Think about it. If we have all the resources that we could ever have, we won't starve, we won't be thirsty, and we won't be homeless.
May I speak?
Yes, of course.
I, for one, I'm not hungry. I have a potato farm big enough to feed everyone on this server. Secondly, I've got a home. We've got everything we need here. The grass is always greener on the other side. It doesn't matter. If we go over there, we're going to have the same problems. We'll still be resource limited. It will be in no better of a situation.
May I add something?
Yes, of course.
Of course you can. Go.
We do have everything we could possibly need over here. But do keep in mind, we are being fired on by people from the other side of the wall. We could use this as an option to retaliate against them.
But it seems like, from what I've heard from like some of the books as well, that we're just kept here as if we're like pigs to be slaughtered. Like, so I get that like we've somehow made a home. We've got some like, you know, degree of food. But is this it?
Look, I thought about it. There's no way I'm staying here. Yeah, I have a great place. I have great friends here and everything. But that other side felt amazing. Just touching grass again, and not this deserty shit. Like, I'm sorry for my language, but come on. That wall needs to go. More area would be amazing. More things to grow. We don't know what's on that other side. We don't know if there's other ores. It's just olivine here.
My point still stands. Do we need anything other than the olivine? I mean, we are all still alive, are we not? We all still have farms. We all have a place to live. We have freedom. We can do what we like. The only reason that they've been hurling those bombs at us is because we've been building a giant cannon aimed directly at them. I mean, what would you do in their situation? We're the aggressors. We're in the wrong.
Not necessarily.
But are we really?
No, but wrong.
Right. They started this. I'm gonna agree with that. They did start. The other side, they started all of this. And with our, you said we have our freedom, yeah? What are we gonna do with that freedom? We're gonna stay, according to you, we're gonna stay in this barren wasteland. But with our freedom, we could go over there, we could do more and everything, yeah? And it's proof that they are the aggressors. Look at that. That crater right there, that almost hit me and Dutchno earlier today. That is proof that we are not the aggressors. We are the ones being attacked. They are using us to feed them.
I'm just going off basically everything I've seen. I don't really care for the cannon, but I would kind of like to see a bit more grass. And that I can't lie, was actually quite nice over there.
Okay.
May I say something? I mean, I did want to leave this place. It's very nice over there, but you see that hole over there, that's a meteor. Me, Spiro, and Ren took right to the face. We survived and we made a home out of it. See that? Right there, that structure.
It does look like.
I say, whoever wants to leave, sure, blow up the wall, but I'm gonna stay here. I've grown to like this place.
Let me add on to something. There were 3 people, not from our civilization here. They live over there. They come from there. We don't know them.
What?
We've never seen them.
What? Are you sure they're not like players from here?
I am sure.
They
They do not belong here. They come from there. They did not see me, I saw them.
That's cool.
We don't know how their cannon shooting us. If their cannon can shoot us by breaking their wall, then our cannon can shoot over our wall to hit them. We don't have to break the wall, but we can still shoot the cannon.
So, let's call it to a vote. Anyone who is in favor of blowing through the wall so we can go to the other side. Come to my right down there. Anyone who's in favour of keeping the wall, go down there to my left.
I mean, my mind's made up. Blow up the wall.
Everyone vote.
Come on, guys. Theo!
Is it really?
Come on.
In all reality, you can blow up the wall, but I will have no part in it.
He was completely defeated. They were dead set on ruining the peace he wanted to maintain. All he could do was sit back and watch.
It's not acceptable, but we can't do anything against it. If they wish to, they wish to.
SNR ended up pulling him to the side. He said he had something to show him. He said it was something important.
Yeah, it's just down here. I found it a while ago. I stand firm in my findings. Many times has Vani come to break down the telescope. I don't plan to succumb to the work of tyrants. I am ready to spill everything that I have. I am ready to bring my findings to the world. I have seen the olivine they have hidden from our tribes. I have seen the spoils they keep behind our back. This telescope, although now non-operational, has shown me plenty of our gods' work. Our gods do not operate in the benefit of man. These comets that plague our homes, they're not made in the abyss of space. They are sent from the cannons resting in Vanian hands. They're made to keep us unaware of our surroundings, keep us docile. Know this, if the olivine is retrieved, we need to start our assault on them with the cannon. We need to wage war on God, as it is the only way to rebel against this cruel world. I am unable to be saved. I write this in saving you, the future. Good luck, my fellow patriots.
So, what do you think?
I'm not sure. We've been here for ages.
I mean, not us, but people before us, yeah.
We're free, but we could be freer.
That's what I think.
Can we live with ourselves?
Popeye Who started to climb. I think he came to realize the damage he had done. As he took off his armor, I think I knew what was coming. He fell for the propaganda of his enemy. He was pitted against his own kind. He was the enemy. What do you do when protecting them was the thing that hurt them? What do you do when the version of you they trusted never existed?
What have we done?
Popeye Who headed back to the cannon. With a different frame of mind, he wanted to see it through. He wanted to see the end of Vani. With the control room key they got from Vani's walls, they finally were ready to see what they could do with the cannon.
Vani Museum. Offline. Vani Monolith. Offline. Vani Base. Online. Experimental trajectory unavailable.
Listen up.
While the others were distracted, Duckner was already making his move. He didn't trust Pop by Who, and he decided that was reason enough. He was gonna lead his team towards Pop by Who's end. I never expected this to happen.
Really seriously, he's got to go. His resolve is way too strong, and even I haven't managed to find out why he's doing this. Of all things to hide, you hide your reasoning to blow up a few civilians. Like, we have logs that these lot don't fuck with us.
We need to fire that weapon. I want to fire that weapon. I feel betrayed. I fought for that wall. I fought for it.
The cannon holds far too much power for someone like him to be operating. Let's go.
Pop by Who was waiting for Plant Pot to get back. He was alone. The others not knowing of the atonement he tried to commit to. The guilt he felt.
Right, let's get this over with.
This cannon, it was nothing like Vani's. This cannon was designed by a Zukran of the past. Designed with revenge in mind.
We're so fucked. Oh my god. Holy shit, that looks insane.
Dude, look at the hole over there. It's just.
It's just bedrock. Is that bedrock?
Yeah,
that's the void. But yeah, I miss bedrock. It's just bedrock.
It's
just bedrock.
The cannon seemed to have exposed something in Vani. Something within the land itself. It seemed to have opened a hole into the supporting pillar deep within their land. The very thing keeping them in orbit.
Dude.
RNG.
Dude, what the heck?
Oh my gosh.
I'll leave behind this one minecart. One trip for one person. I hope they can come to understand the truth. Just turn on the power to the Zukran power grid to get yourself across. There's barely anything that uses it anymore.
Could be me, really.
I really think you could represent us on the other side. Figure out the truth.
Zukran power grid online.
That's good. I believe in you.
Thanks.
Stay safe.
People are coming.
I'll get out of here.
It was bad.
Unless any spirits have quarrels with me getting the hell out. Nope. Okay.
Oh.
God damn it.
See
I was gonna do it for you.
See ya.
Dashlyn was now making her way to Zukra. The only minecart available. May seem simple to me and you, but neither Zukra and Vani had the ability to craft such a thing, among many things. It was another recipe lost to time. She was nervous. A whole other side of the server she had never seen before. For Zukrans, it seems like an even worse fate. They had no idea what they had done, and definitely no idea that a Vanian now had the ability to head over. What would happen? I think I remember asking myself it was a basic question of who would kill who first. Within this chest she had found, held a token, just like Matei's. Not only that, it also held some ladders and a book and quill, a rare resource, especially to Zukra. After the long and nerve-wracking trip, she had finally made it. Dashlyn was now standing on Zukran soil.
Quick. Hey, I'm just passing through. From the green place. Are you guys from the red place?
Yeah. No shit.
They introduced themselves. As hesitant as they were, it was going well. Until they asked the right questions.
Quick question.
Oh, my potato.
Yeah, what's good?
Does your cannon over there work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Done.
using it regularly?
Does your cannon have vines on it?
Does it work?
Okay. It was...
I personally have not been using it. Other people from my land, I believe, have fired it.
But do you know people that have been?
Yes, there's people that have been.
They did not like her answer.
Oh.
Have there
been any blasts?
You tell them to stop shooting that
Tell
shit.
them to stop. They
so
keep
guys,
almost shooting our
yeah,
faces.
Yes.
Okay,
out with
I
you, or
believe
is it just kinda-
we can work something out. I believe we can work something out. I can
squeeze it through.
Almost guarantee a ceasefire if you guys provide a continuous supply of olivine, because we need the olivine to stop meteors from crashing our shit. Yeah.
What?
Wait.
Wait,
What?
We can stop
what?
that.
Wait. What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Okay, hold on.
Hold on.
What do you guys know about the Neutron star?
The what?
Nothing.
It's big.
We do
The
know
what?
we know some stuff, but
Well,
About the
question.
Neutron star that
Yeah,
we're
sorry,
around.
sorry.
Yeah, you tell me.
Okay, so the Neutron star, we're trying to keep it stable, and to keep it stable, we have to give it olivine, and we get the olivine from you guys. The only reason why we fire the cannon is to make sure you guys keep producing olivine.
Right.
Are
Okay,
you
can you not
serious?
fire that
Listen,
up?
it's worked in the
okay, no,
past.
that actually makes
Are you
sense.
telling me
Well,
violence is the
doesn't
wrong
make
answer?
sense, but-
They were there for a while discussing their differences. Dashlin needed a first-person perspective to understand it all properly.
Listen,
We've got
I
something
see
to
some
do.
holes up there. I believe I can come through using these ladders. Would
Pardon?
you guys not like absolutely
you
murk me
replace
if I
ladders.
jumped
There's
over there?
holes.
Yeah, sure.
Anything
If they've already been hit by the meteor,
We did it around 9. Around maybe 10.
Dashlin started climbing. No one had ever climbed these walls before. She was ascending the very cage of the land her people had been torturing. Throughout the entire server, no one would ever achieve this height other than Dashlin.
Holy shit. What? I can barely even see anything down there. And of course this fool is looking at me.
over to
Hello.
welcome to paradise, man.
Paradise, yes, I only have
We
one
need some
bucket.
water. We do not have water.
One bucket.
Give us water.
Almost.
One person
I'll ask
is
about the
very
map.
prone to violence.
Got
He
it.
is very
Sorry,
prone to
sorry.
violence.
Okay,
Stay
and
away
I am
from
not
him.
prone to
No,
violence.
no one will attack you. No one will
No.
attack
Oh, come on.
you. Try.
Please
Bro.
put that water back down again.
Yeah,
Just so
I
we
can
can put it into
water.
bottles.
We have water.
Oh,
Yeah, we
so
have
you can put
bottles.
it into bottles, yeah, of course.
Yo, chill,
Yeah.
everyone chill, everyone chill, everyone chill.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
you
that is
guys-
So much.
Okay, I feel like
Yeah,
we just
no,
got
let me
rid
know
of
if
the
there's
corner.
anyone else that needs it.
Yeah,
I'm here,
beautiful.
I
Okay,
guess,
man.
representing my people.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
look
need to
sick,
pee.
bro.
Ah.
1,900.
Guys, I
What
do
the
have something
fuck
to
are you
admit.
saying?
Yeah?
Remember when you were asking me about the cannon earlier?
Yes.
There was a broadcast sent out on our side. You got your cannon open, but most of us took it as our cannon was open. Like 8 people were on that crap. Like so many people on Vani want to launch the cannon over here, not knowing the harm it will cause.
oh my god.
Oh. You guys are really not the smartest.
Listen. For our information, you're like some freaky insect people who are destabilizing our star. Artifacts of the tools you guys have made over here, and we've tried to.
Dashlin was like a celebrity. They wanted to show her the entirety of Zukra. In trade, she would tell them everything she knew from her perspective on Vani. Dashlin was well versed in the history of her land. Zukra had so many questions to ask. It turns out they were completely in the dark compared to Vani.
What does your borders look like? Like, do
Our
they
borders.
end at Void,
It's-
at South and North? What about West? What happens
Yeah,
when you go west?
everywhere around. I believe the wall is or the wall of us is east from our origin or our spawn. But everywhere
Mhm.
else just falls off into the void.
So it's another semicircle.
It seems like
They've got the edge as
Yeah.
well.
I
They've got the
believe we
edge.
all form one big circle.
On the other side of the wall, it was completely different. They had a cannon too, just like Zukra, but with a thankful cooldown that players were eager to get ahead of. They were also brainwashed, told the other side was insects that collected olivine for them, told it was unsafe to head over. They would shoot the cannon for higher production of olivine. They needed it for the neutron star. It was unstable. If it wasn't stabilized, they'd receive large chunks of solar mass hitting their land. The axis of the magnetar was aimed straight for them. There was nothing they could do. So they needed to fuel it with the hydrogen-rich ore known as olivine, as it only formed on Zukra. They'd place it into a chamber that led directly to the neutron star to ensure their safety. It was of top priority they kept their land safe through their depositing of olivine.
Your guys are the people over there as nice and great and funny as us?
I was looking at Tiny Bean.
Funny? You are not funny.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't say we're as nice. I'm gonna be honest. When I like picked up my water, I was concerned that someone would like hoard it for themselves or destroy it.
Dashlin was like a saint to these guys.
Oh,
After a long time of waiting,
Now what's that?
Yeah.
they finally had it. Another bucket of water.
Yeah, of course you are, mate.
They would finally go ahead and supply Zukra with an infinite water source.
Oh my god, water.
The start of Zukrans terraforming their land.
That's beautiful.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh my god. Guys,
oh my
guys,
god.
potatoes
Wait,
are so much
joints.
faster.
Back on Vani, they had their own rich history. They had a central point in which all their information could be found. As well as a museum with a breakdown of how their land works, they had the satellite. Aimed far away from the two lands, this was the central intelligence points of Vani. It was more akin to an office space, where they could learn about the system that was in place beforehand, the history of the previous government. Players would sift in and out of here, constantly trying to learn more. This place was huge, and can be more described as a labyrinth than anything else. It was a remarkable display of architecture. They were able to read the last words of certain workers, learning about how they were once taken over by the insects. How they vowed for it to never happen again. The players were the last of the sperm vaults that were curated. Vani's last chance. They were once able to venture into dimensions never heard of, making trades with people they could not describe. The place was littered with artifacts from places not known. They made trades for items from a place known as the Overworld. The relationship was solid at first. They were able to sample such powerful material, eventually being able to reach a desolate world, completely voided with a large amount of hostile creatures. Only being able to salvage a large destructive crystal they had no idea what to do with. The biggest mystery was pertaining to the satellite itself. No one knows why they were aiming towards the direction they were. It was questioned constantly within the last remarks of previous workers here. But within the satellite room itself was interesting. Although left for a large amount of time, it kept reading the term rock room. No one knew what this meant, but the relationship between Vani and the people from the Nether was completely disconnected when they heard about this. They've never been contacted by the people from the Nether since.
Oh fuck, where did my token go?
Wait, what?
The token was the only way Dashlin was able to return. They needed to act quick before Vani thought that Zukra had killed her.
I don't know how you lost that.
The pressure was high and they couldn't find it anywhere.
No, don't worry. You don't need to.
Looking all over the map to find it. They were stuck.
Well, I mean, this gives.
It looked like Dashlin would remain in Zukra forever.
Can we not send that little? Can we not go to that little broadcasting room and send SOS again?
Yeah, I think that might be our play. With my book and quill here, we might have to go to the lick station and send something back.
The LICT was their best chance to get ahead of this and ensure Vani of Dashlin's safety. Dashlin tried to work out what she'd write with the rest of Zukra on their way there. It was just a chest. Neither side had the ability to make a book and quills. It was unknown how this one even got here. Regardless, whatever Dashlin was going to write in this book had to be informative and perfect. She had to tell the rest of them not only how to communicate through the chest, but also that there were actual people here. Not insects like they had thought, but people. When making it into the LICT, Dashlin stood to the side and got to work on her message to Vani.
SOS. SOS. This is Dashlin, writing from Zukra. I got stuck here after my transfer token got lost. Let me cut straight to the point. The people here are people, not insects like the Vani Museum has led us to believe. It is of utmost importance that you do not fire the cannon. The people over here have done nothing to destabilize the Neutron star, and I've been working with them to ensure a supply of olivine. Send back a message in Morse code if you need. Use a space for a space, a block for a dot, and 2 blocks for a dash. That should be enough.
Okay, I've got this book. You guys really... Okay, I'm clearing this chest. You guys cannot take this book out. I mean, I have no problem with you guys reading it, but I just need to get over to the people on the other side.
I shall not take the book. My boots!
SOS. Writing from Zukra. I got stuck here.
Angel was the perfect person to receive this. She was Vani's dedicated archaeologist. If anyone was going to make sure this worked, it was going to be her.
Okay. First things first. I need to ask. Yeah, first things first, I need to tell the others.
A meeting was held quickly. After a lot of talking with everyone, she managed to round up all the significant players within Vani that held influence. She needed to make sure this message was received correctly, as well as the end of conflict would occur through this. She wanted peace. And now, she was going to have to convince a group of violent tyrants of it.
This is from the chest that leads to the other side.
She read the book out loud as players passed the book around. It was the sole way in which they could verify these claims were actually true. They were shocked at what they were hearing. Their entire history, their entire knowledge of the world. It was wrong.
What the fuck?
There are people on the other side when our cannon fires. We can't fire it. We need to think of a message to send back. What questions do we ask them?
What's it like over there? What's their story? What history do they have? How do they view us?
Also keep in mind the legend in the LICT mentioned they may play dumb, so they might be smarter than they actually are. Can we 100% believe that this is Dashlin?
We need to ask a question only Dashlin can answer them. Like, who was you with when you crossed over?
We could ask that, yeah. This also seems way too convenient, so keep that in mind.
I know, but what other choice do we have? Do we just abandon them on the off chance they aren't real people?
Nothing. We ask questions and we take it with a grain of salt. We might be evil.
Might be.
Please don't shoot the cannon. I'm begging.
Would you kill a Zukrun?
I wouldn't even kill a Vani. I can't. I'm not a fighter.
The conversation kept escalating and escalating. This was not panning out how Angel had hoped.
Yo, don't throw me under the bus. Y'all thought they were bugs too.
They're people too.
I'ma be real, at this point, it's either us or them.
I mean, once you're there, might as well go all the way.
Do we not nuke the place with our cannon?
Why not continue?
It goes against everything I stand for.
We can't just let them kill us. Like, what's so wrong about defending ourselves? They might think we're villains, but the victor shows how to write history.
Interesting that we're actually talking to people on the other side.
It took most of the day to ensure they were all on the same page. After going back and forward constantly, they finally landed on a set of questions with a direction to go about this.
Okay. Here are the questions I'll ask. Who was with you when you crossed? What is it like on the other side? And how does the other side view us? Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
I guess,
that works.
yeah.
That's fine.
Listen, I need all of you to promise not to fire that cannon, please. We can have a Vani-wide discussion as well, but we need to focus on the matter at hand first. I'll head to the LICT. Wait here.
As Angel headed up, there was a sign of hope for everyone. A sign of change. I talked to Angel as she was heading up. There was never a more hopeful moment than the first line of communication that could occur between the lands. Could Vani finally see them as human after all this time? Could this end the propaganda? Would Vani let them into their land? It was the first stage in world politics for Vani and Zukra. Communication. Lights. Was someone already there? The worst had happened. They were out of range to hear the alert. No one fed the Neutron star, and it had become unstable. A large chunk of solar mass had directly hit the LICT, leaving a gaping hole and flames in its wake. Angel went to search through what she could and see if the chest was still salvageable. Sadly, it wasn't. There was no longer a chest there, meaning Zukra and Vani were just as lost as before, with no hope for direct peace.
Vani Museum online.
Yo, Mateo, I need a favor. I'm declaring a nationwide ban on trades. We can't keep doing Vani or Olivine if all they do with it is protect themselves. We get nothing from it besides what? Some petty potatoes and berries. We can supply ourselves. We've grown from when we've started this. The only thing they can't protect themselves from is us.
With no reply from the LICT and only receiving more cannon fire, Zukra knew that a full-scale war would come across one way or another. With Dashlyn now stuck there, she decided to work alongside Zukra. Understanding their struggles almost made her an honorary Zukran, so they decided to get to work. Mining as much olivine as they could, teams were sent out in droves to collect as much as humanly possible. They even went into the cannon craters to get access to more olivine. In addition to the water they now had, Dashlyn had saplings she handed over, so they could start terraforming properly, growing as much trees as they needed. Weapons and armor were made constantly. Everyone had backup on backup sets. They were flourishing in the wasteland they were given. They were all now wanting to learn more about their land. They scoured for any lectins they missed. Everyone felt as though they had to be caught up in the knowledge of their land's culture. It seemed as though they had to fire a certain trajectory to get to the next. Whoever made this had the complete dismantling of Vani in mind. They were working up towards the experimental trajectory, the last cannon fire available. They felt hopeful about getting out of this wasteland. But the time had finally arrived. They had gone through all the cannon options, and were now able to use the experimental trajectory.
Experimental trajectory online.
With this, everyone rushed into position. No one said it, but everyone knew what this was aimed at. This was no longer aimed at Vani. A group collected at the walls while Matei, Ironcat and Duckno waited by the cannon to fire. It was time to end this story.
It's about that time, lads. We need to make a stand against Vani. Check the trajectory.
Experimental trajectory online.
Check the army at the gates. No time wasting. Fire.
Everyone knew what this cannon was capable of, but they never expected someone to engineer this level of destruction. It went as quick as it came. The Zukra that had been caged, the Zukra that had been enslaved, was finally free. They built the cannon to survive. When the smoke cleared and the wall was blasted through, both sides were now able to see each other for the first time. No barrier, no lie holding it up. Just people, breathing in the same dust. That's what freedom looks like. Not a speech, not a ceremony, but a hole in a wall that was never supposed to fall. Over on Vani, they rushed to see what had happened. People weren't exactly shocked at the events taking place. I think a part of them felt like they deserved this, to atone for what they've done, as the people chose to wage war against their lord, as people chose to bite the hand that feeds them.
What the fuck?
They rushed on ahead quicker than Zukra, checking out the central door on their side. This time, there was a key waiting for them in a chest, almost as if someone wanted them to head in. They finally got to the center, but what they found was strange. What they had found was a large room laid on top, clamped down and secured against the pillar itself. They had never seen this before. They were just on top of the magnetar, but this begged more questions than answers.
Well, I'm the archaeologist.
Good luck.
Hello? Anyone? Please eat all you can. You'll need it.
She had just went into a one-way door. John was unable to enter. She read a book that instructed her to remove all of her items and place them into a chest before entering. She did as the book said. Over on the other side of the wall, the blast had destroyed the door itself leading to the central pillar, allowing Duckno to enter on the opposite side, the same way as Angel. They both arrived at a lectern waiting for them to read from.
Dear Zukra, I need you to relax and take a second to collect your thoughts. I have taken your items,
But that's important. There's 2 doors ahead of you. After the second one, there will be a member of Zukra either waiting
or will arrive to meet you. If you win, I'll tell you everything. I'm writing this on cycle
20,032. I don't know when this will happen. I hope it's soon.
Remember what this is all for. Remember the canons, the books you read.
Remember what they will do to you. Remember what they want to do to your precious land. You can topple gods. Good luck, Vani.
Zukra. I hope you are the one
to win. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Are you?
Are you from Vani?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Zukra.
Wow. Nice to meet you too. I'm Angel. I'm an archaeologist.
I'm Duckno. I lead the people.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did your book tell you
so-
that you had to win?
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Do you want to win?
Okay.
Alright.
So you guys, so everyone here that's native Zukran has been to Vani before, yeah? On that first trip?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Zukra had arrived at Vani's gate.
If you have a crafting table.
The plan had pivoted to try to talk it out before the possible fighting would kick off.
You got any spare for any spare boots?
They waited around anxiously,
I have 10 more blocks.
not knowing whether they were preparing for war or peace.
It's okay. Once we enter the...
Vani was distracted by Angel going through and decided to stay put in Vani. They knew Zukra would head over to their safe haven.
Hey, you know the guy, you know the sign above your door? Did it say
Yeah.
anything signed by Stavran?
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know how to put this.
But he told us that only one can enter. Yeah.
Answer.
That's the question.
Do you want to
should.
go ahead or should I? I have the full confidence to. I'll be willing to.
I want to as well. It's like, this is unknown information. This is like everything an archaeologist would dream of.
But the consequences, they're not yours to decide there. If there's something there that can make a big difference, I think it should be me. I think I should dictate what the future of Zukra and Vani should be.
Yeah. What happens to the person who stays behind?
Oh shit. I think you'd be so friendly about this. This never works if you do. Listen, 2 enter, 1 leave. Like it or not, that's how this has to go. One way or another, one of you has to end up dead. Shit, I need to take the boxing. I gotta go.
Oh, come on. No, no, there's...
That's
not...
corrupt.
No, I'm not
That's-
doing that. I'm not a fighter. I'm not going to just
Yeah.
cause
No,
someone to
I don't.
die.
I
for
don't
that.
go with fighting.
There has to be another way. I refuse to just kill someone.
There must be. I'm not killing another innocent citizen in cold blood. If this was fated, there is no other choice fated. Among our ancestors, they chose this. They built this. There is no other way. They
You
were
have to fall through
tyrannical.
the same traps they do.
When the ancestry Vani people came to outside, they hid all of the olivine away from us. We couldn't build a cannon. They fled with all the olivine. It was tyrannical from the beginning. There is no other way. It must be.
I don't...
If we're gonna fight, we have to make it fair.
They lined up for a fair fight. If one had to go through, it'd be done through a duel. Zukra versus Vani.
Come at me.
On 3.
Whenever you want.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Duckno was defeated. With her head hung low, Angel headed towards the doors. But the desperate don't accept defeat. They change what they're willing to become.
See a bit more graph.
Is this it?
We don't know them.
What?
We've never seen them.
Well, we don't.
We need to wage war on the gold.
With the little health he had, Duckno won. With a key in hand, he made his way through. I was shocked to learn Duckno was willing to kill someone. Nevertheless, he was now able to see who this Stavron person was. Learn the mysteries of the walls. There were so many questions left unanswered. Where did the walls come from? Who was Stavron? Who was Rockram? This place was a labyrinth. Duckno was going back and forth constantly to see if he had gone back on himself. As Duckno got closer, he was getting nervous, worried as to what the end of this path would entail.
My heart's pounding.
As he dropped down, he realized where he was. Duckno was situated right above it. He was standing right above the magnetar itself. The room had a bizarre layout. The room was lined with chests, 2 sets. One completely filled with olivine blocks, the other TNT. It seemed like there was no sign of Stavron, whatever this rockroom was. What was left instead was a long letter from Stavron explaining everything about this world.
You're here. I was hoping it was you.
I suppose I should explain what's happening here. These two plots of land, Zukra and Vani, have been going at it for 162,316 cycles. It started as a studying facility, just two plots of metal with metal walls to deflect the solar rays. This started long ago. I found these two pieces of land where time operates differently, due to the gravitational force of the magnetar. From your perspective, it's been 100 millennia. For me, it's been around 35 years, give or take. After the researchers died out, something amazing happened. Life. Life occurred. The cycle for human evolution took place. Granted, it took some poking and prodding in the right direction, but eventually it happened. The first batch of sentient humans. The population increased quickly. Society built itself up in a radical manner. Then overpopulation started. Widespread cannibalism. Turning on each other. Politics was a mess. Until one person had an idea.
It is crucial we
Cultivate the land across the wall.
decide to maintain a sufficient...
It happened quickly and smoothly. The great land of Zukra. A promised land where they would create the next great Vani. No reason to grow crops in Vani when it could be fed through the pillars around the Neutron star. The land could instead be used for housing, local parks, skyscrapers. That is until the land started to get forgotten about. People moved on. People heard less about the great land of Zukra. When Zukra requested more food, they were met with disgust, leaving Zukra a scrap-filled wasteland of the promised tomorrow. Solar flares then came into play, with the axis unfortunately aimed towards Vani itself. It's easy to see why Vani's riddled with craters now. They need to stabilize the magnetar. Zukra had Olivine. I think you know how it plays on from here. Someone like you then comes along, wants to topple the walls, challenge God, and unite the two nations. Let Vani stay Vani or take it for yourself. This has happened before, too many times.
To be honest, 422 times. You're the 423rd. Nothing seems to change. Zukra hops over the walls, peace or war breaks out, and then overpopulation or need for Olivine brings this whole scenario back.
This is where we change things. I might be long dead, but I'm hoping you can bring succession to my ideologies. If you believe in them anyway. You have 4 options from what I can tell. First, you could allow war to come across. No benefit there as Zukra will take over. Same with the second option of peace. If war doesn't kill you, overpopulation will.
Now if you look down, we can discuss our next option. Behind you, there is a set of chests filled with olivine. All you need to do is simple. Dump as much olivine into the hoppers as you can. It will overload the magnetar, causing it to permanently implode, causing a black hole. This theory is unpredictable. Some say a vast new world the likes of us could never consider is waiting on the other side. An unknown land with great visitors and lush lands with no concept of overpopulation. The others think different, me included. I think if you take this option, you will be left in permanent spaghettification, your atoms getting ripped apart for as long as you can perceive time. You will be dead as well as alive in the blink of an eye. The choice is yours on that one. I won't blame you for what you think is right. Now for your next option. I'm sure you've noticed the TNT already. Well, if my math serves right, here's what I think can happen. Head through those doors with as much TNT as possible. Lay it down when you get to the northern support beam and blow it to high heaven. The disruption in the balance of gravity should smash the two lands together, killing every last being there. What's left? A land where life can thrive. A land where possibly a united front could be served and balance could be finally brought back.
I understand the position you're in, given you're here. I assume your nation is either trying to fight or make peace with the opposing nation. Do you want the world to continue in cycles, or do you want the world to stop eating away at itself? This is a tough decision, and one that I clearly didn't have the balls to make. I trust in you, the future. Additionally, I've left a speaker in this room. Everything you say will be broadcasted out.
Tell everyone on this land what you plan to do. Make it good, kid. The world is in your hands.
Duckno was given an incredibly tough decision. To either gamble it all on a black hole, possibly transporting them across the universe, presenting them with new opportunity for life and a new chance to start over. Or blow it all up, launching the lands together and ejecting it out, using the neutron star as its sun, thus killing every last Zukran and Vanian. He was there for a while. He wasn't picking for himself. He was choosing the chance for all present and future possible life. The weight of this was heavy. And Duckno struggled. He didn't know whether he should.
Hello, everyone. This is the Zukran leader Duckno speaking.
This is not the secret leader. What? This is definitely
No way.
We all live in a broken world, one with endless conflict. We were placed here to die, no more, no less. There is a cycle keeping us here in different bodies forever. There was a scientist here long ago, and I've been told that there were 442 other iterations just like this. Vani and Zukran, certain death in the end. And it all restarts. I have the power to stop it. I stand before 4 options, 2 of which are futile. The first 2 are to not touch the magneton, thus make peace with Vani or have war break out between us, which both kill us all and reset the whole thing. As I speak, I am within a control room below the central cable of the magneton. Let me explain. I can either stabilize the magneton, or I can explode the northern cable, both of which send us all into either spaghettification or a spontaneous explosion.
Okay, well, I feel like the choice here should hopefully be obvious.
I think it's pretty obvious.
It's my choice. Based off the scientist's stats and speech within 8 lectins, I choose to explode the northern cable.
Oh no.
What's gonna happen?
What?
Okay,
What?
okay.
Whoever this scientist is, said that this is the most likely solution to start a free world. A free world where everyone can be equal. A free world where there is no segregation, no craters in our homes, no stupid capitalist walls to control our pockets.
Every step he took generations worth of suffering with him as he walked down to the northern pillar. Vani and Zukra tried to stop him, banging on the doors of the central pod.
Oh, Angel's too peaceful, man. No.
There was nothing they could do. There's a particular kind of quiet that comes over a person when they've made up their mind. A stillness of certainty. Duckno had stopped arguing with himself somewhere along the way, stopped weighing it all up. The math was simple now. Everyone who had ever stood in his way, everyone who had ever looked at his existence like it was a crime, they were all here, in one place. People spend their entire lives being told what they can and can't do, what's acceptable, what crosses the line, and yet the ones who drew those lines never lived behind them. They named the bullshit from a safe distance, calling it order, calling it necessity. But necessity looks different when it's your land, your people, your culture dragged through the dirt because of someone else's decision. Zukra was never the wasteland. It was people who built, survived, and loved on a land that deserves so much more than what it got. Vani had every advantage, every privilege, and still needed them to breathe the air they had. They were their life support. Duckno never crossed the line. He had just stopped pretending the line was ever drawn for him. But at the end of it all, when you're stripped of everything, there's one thing no one can take from you: the choice of how it ends. Duckno finally found his freedom. It just looked like everyone else's death.
Remember me. Long live Zukran.
They say our sun is a neutron star, spinning a fifth of the speed of light. Our land is vast and has birthed a multitude of new species. Cows, sheep, goats, fish. I guess you wouldn't know what those are, would you?
My time is nearly up.